Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good Tuesday in the market. What's Tuesday? Turbo Tuesday, when GME typically will rip. If it's gonna rip, oftentimes it happens on a Tuesday. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. We're gonna talk about little GameStop, some of the options. Ryan Cohen tweeted the 21st century. To me, first impressions, he's showing the new app that they just redesigned, which is sick. We showed it. It's not available on Android yet, but to me, this is saying 21st century calls, and they need, basically, GameStop needs a new app suitable for the 21st century. I don't think there's anything cryptic about it, but I could be wrong. People are saying, oh, March call. Whatever. I don't think so. Our Twitter, by the way, if you want to follow us on here, is at HappyMoneyYT, and we have a Discord server if you want to get on there also. Link for that's in the description. So GameStop today, oh, it's so exciting. It's really just a consolidation day. We are still in this range. It's nice to see a up move, but you know, we had that back here, January 24th. So not too long ago, we had basically a 10% move, and then a little move, and then this was like I can't remember what these. I think both these were almost like 10% each. One was maybe 14%. Almost actually identical. Look at that. Yeah, the move on this day, January 26th, was actually even a little bit bigger of a move. Maybe about the same. So not to get too excited, even though sure you can make money scalping and stuff. I'm trying to catch the big move. I'm trying to catch the two weeks to 4 weeks of ripping price action where I'm not coming in out of options. I'm holding options that will go up and down in value rapidly, but overall it should be trending up. Sure, selling some along the way to pay for it. SPY is ripping right now. I don't know if there's news or what, but part of the reason why today I was thinking this isn't the beginning. We haven't gotten our confirmation yet that I'm looking for, at least. We are setting up for it though, as well as today's move. It's much bigger than the SPY, but it really was kind of following the SPY, and the SPY made this aggressive, steep run up basically at the same time. I mean, GameStop was doing much more, but it's been following SPY. So, and then once we started getting up here, we have these resistances, and I want to show you guys my two different trades I'm going to be making on GameStop for options. I don't know why SPY's doing this, but SPY's still trading this fib level like we were saying. It's literally, I was saying this back here, like, looks like we're probably going to trade in this range. I don't know how big of a range. Looks like it's found its range though. So far below that fib and above that fib, and just kind of consolidate for a bit before it finds a direction. But yeah, so GameStop, we have these resistance from these other spikes earlier. This one's at 116.65. I've got these blue lines on them. One's 118.99. And when we were ripping up, I'm like, okay, I wasn't expecting this day to be like a 20% day, like the first day of basically a pinch, like this day or this day. I wasn't expecting that, or this day. I could have been wrong, and it could have kept going. And I wanted to share with the only thing I see to confirm that it is that day is if we break these resistances. And this I'm gonna get into this later about options. But yeah, basically today didn't break through those resistances, had a nice rip up to it, and yeah, kind of got rejected right at that resistance level. Broke through, but not really. I mean, it got rejected there, and that was, you know, at the same time the SPY also came down. So happy money sticks around. Yeah. Tomorrow we could have a 5% pullback, or, you know, who knows, but this to me is still just another consolidation day. Could be like this day right here where we're only a couple days away. Could be this day right here. That was a big move, and then it kind of came back. Could be this day. Very well could be this day. You had green mech. No. Yeah. No, we didn't. But it could have been this day. In the trough. This one has the longest trough. Today, I don't think we're waiting this long. I think if we're matching up with this trough, today could be maybe this day. It wouldn't be this day because this opened and closed above the 9, but maybe this day. But it might not. I mean, it doesn't mean it'll necessarily play out like exactly like this. But that being said, I'm not opening up my long-term options on GameStop, I have a few. When I say long-term, I don't mean actually long-term. I mean end of March, basically to cover this buy, or this rally zone, I'm calling it, up until earnings. So the March, I think 25th are the options I'm going to be picking up, which covers earnings on the 22nd. And we've never rallied after earnings. So if we do, it's because earnings were good, institutions are buying in, announcements were made, marketplace is released. Any number of things could cause us to rally from there. And if we're already up 250, 350, if we're already at 400, it's quite possible the squeeze will commence, and GME's stock price and shares will be cleansed of all the corruption that they've been riddled with for years. So, or we could start squeezing before. Don't know how it's going to play out. Here are my triggers, and they haven't changed. I'm kind of sticking to it, just because it's good to set rules and parameters with trading, and then just sticking to them to keep it consistent. So I'm waiting for a green over the 9 moving average, a green candle on the daily, just like here and here. And I'm waiting for a bullish MACD. So we have the bullish MACD, and we've had it for a few days now. We'll go over that in a sec. We still haven't had a green open and close over the 9. Today's open below. It's probably going to close above it. This one, yesterday's actually was the closest. That was the first time we actually opened over the 9 in this green bullish MACD. I guess back here too. But yesterday I was thinking, if we close green, that's triggering me to go get my options for March. Now, with this, since it's most likely we're going to close above the 9 moving average, and it's most likely we're going to open above the 9, because that would be above 103, and I'm expecting that we'll open above 103.23 tomorrow, because if we don't, that'd be a huge gap down after hours. So I don't see that happening. So tomorrow is setting up a possibility for us to have it open and close above the 9 moving average with a green daily candlestick. And you won't necessarily know until the very end of the day, but coming towards the end of the day, you'll probably know. And it might be a small day. It might be a consolidation day. It might even be a day that drops some. But as long as our candle's green, that'll be the confirmation for me. And that doesn't mean it's going to rip the next day or even the next week. It might be weeks. So back here, that would have been right here, right? So that was some time. No, it wouldn't have been there. I'm sorry. This one was really short. It would have been right there. So that would have been 3 days. That would have been the day before. Back here would have been some time. So that would have been a whole week. And during that week, most likely the contracts are going to lose value. That being said, I did open up orders today to actually start buying these contracts, because I looked at the pricing and they haven't changed. They've actually gone up in value over this consolidation period. Market makers are pricing in a big move. They know it's coming. And so the IV has just stayed up or even gone up, even with consolidation and some dropping. So as long as you're not buying into a day like today that's spiking, because they did go up some in value. They went up like 40%, the options I'm looking at for March. And they're not coming down much though. They're kind of, there's, you know, it's the weekly, sure, they made 100, 200, 300, 400% in this time frame if you had the right strike. But for end of March, out of the money, they actually haven't changed much. So that said, yeah, I was thinking about starting to scale in today. Kind of ran away, so that's no problem. Once I get confirmation, then I will. But yeah, so that's what I'm waiting for. Oh yeah, the time frame on what we're waiting. So once I go in, it could be at least a week of flat or even retesting, and that could still happen with us. We could still retest down here, 93 or so. I don't see that as not possible at all. So I added a line here too. Hold on, let's see. So yeah, that's my long-term plan, my monthly option, or I guess, yeah, kind of 2 monthly option, 2 months option plan for when I want to go long on that. Real quick, this line is, I don't think I explained it in the last video. I added this line because this will be the most days we'd have a green MACD without rallying. And I got that data from previous price action. So the longest time we had green MACD before a rally was this trough. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days of that green MACD in the trough, and then we rallied on the 11th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if we haven't rallied by here, I would expect it right after at least, which is the 14th at the latest, basically. And it's possible that it won't be. It's possible it'll be, a shorter time frame, and it'll come down. But yeah, historically that'd be the longest we'd have a green MACD and not have rallied after our trough period. Okay, one other thing. So I'm looking for green open and close over the 9 moving average on the daily with a green MACD. And that's for my March ones. Now, if you look back, you'll see consistency. To maybe trade weeklies or just get quicker price action and shorter dated ones closer to the money, more scalping. I might do it. I'm not sure yet. Typically, I'm not trying to. I'd kind of rather not have the pressure of it, but you can make pretty quick gains and add to the position. Or just have the longer dated ones and just slowly sell them out and cover it. But anyways, so what we've seen here is we have support, we retest support, then we rally on all these troughs. Support, retest, rally, right? Support, retest, rally. And there's always a high in the trough. So we have this high, kind of this double top high you can see here. Here we had this high here, kind of here. There's always setting a little high during the trough, so that one would be there. What I'm waiting for, and today it could have confirmed it. I'm waiting to break that resistance. So in that trough it was there, that trough it was there. The trough we built here, it's this 116, 119. So that's the resistance I'm looking for it to break, and with some steam, with some volume, and not just, not a weak break, but some serious breaking through. Like this broke it technically, but it was very weak. Came back down. Once it's broken that, I think it could be a candle like this, a daily candle like this, or like this. I think then the pinch has started, if not the squeeze. Won't really know right away, but for the shorter term calls and long options, I will be waiting for it to break that resistance, and then I probably will do some shorter term, probably weeklies or 2 weeks. Just because most of the action happens. This one was like 2 weeks was the peak. Lots of volatility and big range in here though, so you can do what you want with that. This time when it broke that resistance, it was literally just that day. So you want to definitely take profits on the way, unless you're planning to exercise or whatever. This one was 2 days after was the peak. You wouldn't want to hold through all this for that. This killed premiums. So today, if we started ripping, and actually I didn't even think about this until today. I was like, wait, I need to figure out confirmation of when that candle will mean, okay, it's go time. And excuse me, I would say once it's broken these resistances, so the highest one I see is this 119, and it's broken that with some velocity. Unfortunately, once it's broken that, the IV, the premiums are probably going to be insane already. That being said, there's consolidation times in these candles. I mean, this is a daily candle, so look on the hourly or 30-minute or 10-minute or whatever. There's times when it consolidates. Once it's broken that, it's consolidating above it, I would go long, probably on a week or 2 week, and just try and capture that short-term move. All while I'm going to be holding, hopefully by that point, the longer dated end of March ones for the entire distance of this rally. If it ends, if it ends at 450 or 350 or wherever, I'm hoping it's a squeeze. And if it is a squeeze, or if we do get maybe a 350 or 450, I probably will partially exercise some of my options. We'll see. I've not done that before, but if you have 10 options and you can buy or exercise half of them with the profits from the other half, then maybe I would do that. That makes sense. Or rather from the profits of all of them. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm waiting on. Tomorrow, I'm assuming we will probably get open over the 9. And if tomorrow is a green candle, that's all the confirmation I need for those March calls. And then what I'm waiting on, it could be another week before we break this resistance and actually rip. Then all I will be waiting on is us breaking this resistance with some velocity, and then maybe some short term. You'd be buying into a lot of premium, but doesn't mean it won't go up more. Once this broke here, the premium was high, but it probably 3 to 4x from here to there, at least, if you time the exit pretty good. Same with here, the premium was high, but this was a huge daily candle, actually. That was nuts. Same with here. Premium was high here, but you could have still done really well in the next 2 weeks. Okay, that's my little TA breakdown of this pinch potential. Locked you, why did you do that? Pinch potential to squeeze play. If I really start moving the thing around a lot, it likes to just say, okay, I'll take you with me. I don't even remember where this was. This was my first initial, something like that. Oh no, this was later. This was right here. 7? Yeah, I think so. Okay. I'll have to rewatch the video, figure out what that was. So that's my plan. Not sure if it'll work. You know, it could all be blown out if after hours it would go up 100%. Then I'm like, okay. You know, I'll have to just be happy with the options that I have already. And we do have options. Let's check them out. So today, another reason why I didn't think it was going to go crazy. I mean, it was a good day. It was up 15% at one point, came back down to what, 9%. Oh, I already said this actually, because it was following the SPY for the most part. So that was another kind of indicator to me. This is just really a big trading in our big range and consolidating. Options today. I bought a put. I bought a put on GME. I was a little early on it, but when it was getting up there, I bought it at this consolidation. I should have waited till I hit that resistance, but came up here, hit the resistance, and I'm like, okay, this thing's probably gonna come down. It's not breaking through that. I'm down a little bit on it, but that's the only option I bought today. The 105, because I think we probably will have some pullback tomorrow, but hard to know. But what this did, this gave me way more margin, and I'd not really thought about this. I've done it before on accident, but when I bought this put, I got 10 grand more in margin. Kind of a little margin hack, because margin requirements on GME are 100%. So basically this put is saying I will sell my shares at 105, and so it's a protective put on my 100 shares. So it gives me basically the cost or the amount of money I would receive if I sold them, which is 10 grand or 10,000 or 10,050. And so I can get more margin. So maybe rolling puts, long puts, and using that extra margin might be a good play. I think what would happen if I use this margin buying power, it's actually 50 grand, but cash buying power 15. If I used that, say to go long on options, and I got $15,000 worth of calls, then if I sold this put though, I would probably be margin called. So that's the thing. So I could just keep puts though, rolling puts for the margin, and then yeah, because it's not. Yeah. So anyways, little margin hack, which I will probably be utilizing. OSTK chart looks nice. Option is doing well. Same with CLF. CLF has earnings. OSTK was called out in our Discord. It's it's probably in this basket. This chart looks pretty much like GME, just not necessarily in the basket, but everything that sold off from November is kind of having a similar bounce to these charts. CLF has earnings. Hopefully that works out. I'm gonna hold through. It's a small play, so 43% jump change. When it's a small play like that, I don't sell it. Birds is up today 5%. Trying to sell covered calls. It's not up enough for that. Tesla, I've got plays both ways on this. It's probably a bad time to do it because it's probably going to consolidate somewhat like SPY, unless I have enough time for it to break out. My shorter dated ones are long, and my longer dated ones are short, or to the direction rather bearish and bullish. Yeah, that's what I got for you guys. Thanks so much for watching. See you on Discord. Have a good evening. Peace out.